happened in Monday in Kogi State, where some talks surrounded INEC office in the name of protest. And in fact, allegations went around that SDP was protesting. SDP was never part of any protest in Kogi State. We've been working with INEC very closely. Virtually everything that we need, INEC have given it to us. Almost 85% has been given. What was outstanding is a forensic inspection of the beaver system in Kogi State. And all the parties agreed to the inspection of the beaver systems. And there are a lot of information or sources that have suggested some parties or interested parties, they don't want the beaver system to be inspected. For that reason, they sponsor talks. Some of them designed pickup for SDP, suggesting that SDP was the one organizing such protest. We were not part of it 100%, and no justification for SDP to be part of it, 100%. We have applied for CTC in INEC. INEC have approved all of it. We have gotten the one from Kogi, the one from headquarters here in Abuja. What was outstanding is only the inspection of the beavers by forensic experts. That was the only thing that was outstanding. So we're happy on that day the military intervened, secured the INEC office in Kogi State from being vandalized or burnt. That took them up to 2-3 days to secure the place. And we finally agree with INEC and all the parties for the joint inspection to take place today, 9:30 a.m., by all the parties. Unfortunately, around 3:30, the sad news started coming out. The resident electoral commissioner was attacked by gunmen, almost 30-minute fierce gun battle. Vehicles were burned, damages were done in his house. But he was so lucky that reinforcement came to secure him from being killed or maimed. Now, we are quite concerned with these ugly developments that are coming up from Kogi State. If you could remember vividly, we try as much as possible to maintain law and order. When the election was taking place on the 11th of November, we draw the attention of INEC that some of the sensitive material, the results sheet have leaked out and filled it up before the commencement of the election. INEC issues press release twice, both on the 11th and on the 12th. They end up canceling 9 wards in one of the local government out of the 10, and they promised to cancel the other local government that were affected. They canceled few of the polling units and they left the rest. Unfortunately, the results from those areas were also uploaded, in INEC IRF. We registered our very strong protest with INEC. They promised to work with it within the 7 days that they are authorized to review the election. They couldn't do that. As a law-abiding party, we decided to go to court. We requested for the material which is legitimate. The Electoral Act approved of INEC to give election materials to any party that is seeking for those materials. And we have paid for all the CTCs. We collected most of them. INEC cooperated along these lines. It was only the inspection of the beavers in Kogi by forensic experts that is generating this problem that we are having today. I think we should appreciate President Jonathan. We have not seen the need to thank him. This is the period to thank him, because this is a man who considered defeat even before the announcement. That shows how he cherished democracy, how he cherished the country. He doesn't want anything to harm the country. But in the situation that we are today, few governors have turned to emperors. They don't want democracy to prevail. They want to impose their will on the people, despite the fact that we are being cheated as SDP, we are being rigged as SDP. We won the entire 9 local government we were leading before those figures were manufactured. And we're happy that the system is still intact. It has not been tampered with. And for that reason, those who feel that they will get away with it, boastfully beating their chest that we should go to court, we agree, despite the shortfalls, the outcry around the judiciary. We say we'll still trust our judicial system. We'll test it in the court based on the fact that it's available to us. So it's very barbaric. It is sad that we have reached a stage where REC is not safe, INEC officials are not safe, parties are not safe, and the whole blame goes to executive. Because in Kogi State, you have a commissioner of police. Commissioner of police was aware that the INEC office was surrounded by thugs. The director of SSS was aware the office was surrounded by thugs. But it takes intervention of the military to secure INEC office in Kogi State. That is not something that is worth being mentioned. It is sad for the country that we are going through this kind of anarchy. Secondly, it beat my imagination. The IG was also aware. Now, in a state where you have a commissioner of police, director of SSS, and a fundamental crime is taking place, and nothing is being done about it, the principal security officers that are in charge of the state are still in the states. Attempt to burn down the INEC office was made. It was strongly pushed back. And again, at the same time, just for us to, early this morning, news filtered everywhere, the resident electoral commissioner narrowly escaped assassination. In a country that have full-scale security agencies deployed in the states, they ought to have done what is necessary to secure the states, and therefore people are justified that everything about Kogi is a man-made violence, And if we continue like this as a nation, I don't know who will safeguard this democracy. It is extremely going to be difficult. Look at what is going on in Kano. Look at what is going on in Zamfara. Look at what is going on in Plateau. Look at what is going on in Nasarawa. I mean, this is not where we should be as a nation. Even if we are experimenting, we have grandchildren through experimentation from 1999 till today. So there's nothing like experimentation. It's the greed of politicians that is pulling down our democracy, that is pulling down the system. And there's no way the economy can grow under this atmosphere. It's practically impossible. The budget of the president cannot work so long as this kind of anarchy and imperialism is allowed to prevail in our society. It is not possible. You can only invest in an environment that is friendly, in an environment that is being respectful to one another. Otherwise, we are wasting our time. And of course, a lot of parties are of the opinion that there's no need to participate in any election anymore. Because parties will spend all their resources, spend all their time, go through election, lose their life, and also lose in the judiciary. The last hope of a common man, if it still stands. Otherwise, we cannot continue to go through this and we expect this democracy will last. I don't see it coming unless there's a very, very, very serious deterrence from the president and commander-in-chief. And in fairness to the president, we draw his attention sufficiently. Mr. President, you have a history to make. You have a history. You are the president and commander-in-chief. In this case, nobody should accuse INEC. INEC have never been independent. I have said it. From the INEC chairman, he was being appointed by the president. National electoral commissioners are appointed by the president. National commissioners of INEC appointed by the president. The entire INEC expenditures is to be approved by the president. The entire logistics surrounding election to be approved by the president. The entire deployment of security agents to every polling unit is to be approved by the president. So 70% of our election is being conducted by executive, not INEC. But it's easy for us to shift blame and abuse the INEC chairman, abuse his father, abuse his mother. But we refuse to face the fact and tell ourselves the bitter truth that so long as executive is in charge that have vested interest in conducting election, they will always have their way and will always have this crisis. So if we want to reform INEC, the executive must pool its vested interest in conducting election and determine the outcome of the election within the interest of their own party. Because exactly this is what has been transpiring throughout the election. And that has been the trajectory. Why would the executive be responsible for appointing everybody, even the ad hoc staff, the NYC that have been employed temporarily to conduct the election? Under who? It's under the executive. So what is the power of INEC? INEC have only about 30%. One, the production of the election materials. Two, delivery of the election materials to the state, to the ward, to the polling unit. Three, announcing the result sheet and the entry of the result sheet after casting of the votes and declaring a winner. That is the only thing INEC does, and that's what defines their independence. Any other thing is not their component. So this is what we suffered in Kogi. It happened in Bayelsa. It happened in Imo. And you the media people, are 100% conversant with this. You are aware of all these facts. This is our country. We must save this country from this kind of anarchy. This anarchy is not acceptable. If we do not control this, we will all suffer for it. We have nowhere to run to. This is the only country that we have as a nation. Therefore, I'm condemning the attempt to assassinate the REC. I'm condemning the attempt by whosoever that organized protesters and tag SDP in it. We are not involved. We never participated. No justification for us to participate, because everything that we are looking for, we have gotten it from INEC, almost 90%, I can say. So why should we go and organize something that would disrupt what we are looking for? It's practically impossible. It's not even logical, for us to do. It doesn't make sense as people who are looking forward to, getting our stolen mandate back. So Mr. President is out of the country. The service chiefs and the NSA are on ground. The vice presidents are on ground. They should know that whatever happened, if they allow this kind of anarchy to happen, history will record them. We will not keep quiet. We will keep on talking about it. We will keep on drawing the attention of the government. Those that are responsible in trying to assassinate the REC must be arrested. Those that are responsible for creating anarchy in Kogi must be arrested. Those INEC officials that compromises must be investigated, must be prosecuted. We have made this known to INEC. We have made this known to security agencies. Otherwise, I'm sorry, I don't know how far we can go in driving the stability of this our democracy that is very fragile right now. A lot of things are on the ground. A lot of battles are ongoing on how to stabilize the country. So we are sad about it, and we felt that we should register these are serious protests and to call on INEC as a matter of urgency to completely and comprehensively transfer the entire election materials related to Kogi to INEC headquarters. The beaver system should be moved to INEC headquarters. We are also calling on the President of the Court of Appeal to transfer the tribunal from Kogi to Abuja. Kogi is not safe for anybody to go. It is not safe. They have to. Kogi is not the first state where tribunal have been relocated. The tribunal must be relocated from Kogi to Abuja. All INEC material related to the election must be transferred to INEC headquarters for interested parties to go and inspect and take every necessary information that they need to take. It's a public document, and the law guaranteed you to get access to it. Why should an individual who feels he's an emperor, nobody can talk to him? He rigged the election. We kept quiet. We said we are law abiding. We'll go to court. Why are you afraid of the court? You busted, you hit your chest, you are a white lion, and you are afraid of going to court. Parties that are supposed to inspect material, you are denying them. You are instigating violence. You are instigating insecurity in the state that is suffering from a lot of economic crisis, instability, and so on and so forth. So this is a major reason why we need to act quickly. We need to make this clarification. SDP was never, ever part of any protest in Kogi State. 2, the date was agreed today by 9:30 a.m. for a joint inspection of the beavers and other sensitive materials by forensic expert in Kogi State. It has not taken place so far. We don't know when next INEC is going to fix it. Time is not on our side. The last day of filing is tomorrow. That's the last day. So you can see the kind of tragedy parties goes through, try to organize election, primaries, so on and so forth. And then at the last minute, even to get access to documents that is legitimate, it's difficult for parties to get access to such documents. And then you have somebody sitting, being paid by public funds, frustrating institution to do its job. Weakening the entire institution, making the whole country to look as if we're a banana republic. There's no law and order. It's not acceptable. It's not acceptable, and we will not accept this. We will not go for violence. We will ensure that law and order prevail. And those documents must be made available. They must be transferred from Kogi State in the interest of transparency, honesty, democracy, stability, and the unity of the country. Thank you very much. Except if there is question.